Please mute and don't use cell phones for some time. Yeah. Now, cutting ethics class. So here is a gentleman who, while a student, he cut the ethics classes because probably they are boring. Probably he did not find them useful. He thought a waste of time and allowed. But without ethics, he has landed in jail. There is a lightning rod on the roof. So in a court, they are taking oath, the lawyers, and you have to tell the truth, etc., etc. And our belief is that the God will send a punishment through lightning in the olden times. It's from those times. The man who says something wrong will be punished. So there is a lightning rod to absorb any of this lightning and thunder. So don't worry, you can tell the lies like this. So another here is person. What is my stand on family values? Have you been talking to one of my ex-wives? Why are you asking me about values? Now, this man is already married twice, and I think bigamy is not allowed for people who contest elections. So this man is upset. Why are you talking about it? Now, here is another joke. It is not that I reject your values, mom and dad. It is just that I have evolved and you have not. So the young man is telling them, the older ones are in a sort of cave, and this man is very, very modern, with a suit and a briefcase in hand. He says he is evolved, and these older people, their values are different. I'm not rejecting, but I have grown. Whether he has grown or not, that remains to be seen. Now, another, will you be truthful with me, please? One person, that is doctor. Sorry, that is against medical ethics. So what are medical ethics? Why doctors cannot tell the truth? You know what happens? And if the doctor tells the truth that you are going to die within 1 week, people will die in 5 days or 6 days. So the doctors are allowed not to tell the truth in some areas. So here is my values and principles. So a principle is something that governs our action, like values, a qualified kind of action. And we say he is a very principled man. He will not tell lies. He will not come late. So like this, that is his value. What is his value? His value is dedication to the job. So he will not come late. So what is his value? His value is, his principle is to deliver let's say a lecture in a class, or as a doctor to attend to a patient completely, 100%. So these are the values and principles. So there are friends, family, there is time, contributing for growth, personal growth. There are challenges, and one needs to relax. So all these things are part of our life. So, but still, we have to maintain our ethics and values within this. So, to put it in a picture, finally, now here is loyalty, passion, core values, and core values. Core values are central values that are central to our being and our life. So, honesty, dependability, reliability, efficiency, optimism, positivity, and commitment. These are some of the core values that are applicable perhaps across all vocations, all professions, for all people of all ages, all regions, religions, both genders, right? So these are the values that we have. Now, there is some research done in basic human values. In fact, there are a lot of books now on JNTU Hyderabad and JNTU Anantapur, JNTU Kakinada have introduced values, human values and course. And in NIT Warangal, where I work, or we used to work till recently, we had a human values course also. So basic human values, as social psychologists, Quartz developed a list of human values that are recognized throughout all cultures. So each culture may have some values that may be different or unique, distinctive, but there are certain values that are common in all cultures. For example, there are 10 core values which can be grouped into 4 categories. This is what social psychologist Dr. Quartz says. Okay, I mean, we need not, because this is from the Western world, but values have no east or west. Values are values anywhere. Okay, it consists of 10 core values, which can be, first is openness to change, in which there is self-direction and stimulation. Then there is self-enhancement, like hedonism. Hedonism means, self-pleasure. Like, for example, you want to eat your favorite food of biryani, you want to take a cup of chai, you want to enjoy your food and relaxation. So, achievement and power. And conservation, security, conformity, and tradition. So, these are very, very, they make you feel safe and normal and happy. No, they give you a sense of belonging. These are very necessary for a person. If you have known about Maslow's values, hierarchy of values, Maslow's needs, it will talk about security. Self-transcendence, that is benevolence and universalism. You have to grow. The transcendence means going beyond, going outside of. You have to transcend, you have to overcome or go beyond this self. You have to grow beyond this self. Okay, towards universalism. Now, there is one Rocket's values survey, another social ecologist, Milton Rockets, has created Rocket's values survey. This core values, this list consists of 36 values that is divisible into 18 terminal values and 18 instrumental values. Okay, so what are these terminal values? They represent preferable end states that a person would like to achieve. That is, these are all the things that we want to achieve. We may not achieve them, we may not have them, but we keep trying to grow towards achieving them. So our effort is constantly in the direction, like true friendship, mature love, self-respect, happiness, inner harmony, equality, freedom, pleasure, social recognition. Pleasure is not something positive. No, wisdom, salvation. This is in our culture we call it salvation, called sort of liberation or mukti. Okay, family security, national security. So it's not enough that you are secure personally or your family is safe and secure, but country also needs to be secure. A sense of accomplishment, achieving something, beauty, aesthetics, a world at peace, a sense of calm, world at peace. That is very, very necessary. That is opposite of war. A warless world, if it is possible, a comfortable life and an exciting life. A life that is comfortable, safe, and also exciting, that is interesting, okay, intellectually. What are the instrumental values? They are called like cheerfulness, being happy, ambition, love, cleanliness, self-control, capability, courage, politeness, honesty, imagination, independence, intellect, broad-mindedness, logic, obedience, helpfulness, responsibility, and forgiveness. These are the 18 instrumental values. Okay, we are required to have all of these values. That is ideal. But of course, no one is perfect. One only tries to be perfect. No problem. So here, if we are getting confused about ethics and values, here is a comparison chart, which tells us what is ethics and what is values. Okay, so let us hope this particular slide will give us a kind of clarity with regard to these values and ethics. Meaning, basis for comparison is meaning. Ethics refers to the guidelines for conduct that address the question about morality. So ethics are morals. If you remember, in our school days, at least in my generation, in the school days, in good schools, they'll be posting on the walls, writing on the walls, all kinds of things, always, ahimsa, tell the truth, satyam, we say, satyam vada dharmam chara. Now, these kind of values that are written on the walls of the schools, and the students slowly will go on looking at them, and slowly it becomes a part of their life. It enters into their minds, and it will be permanently fixed in them. Whether in their later life they follow it or not, that's a different thing. But the value, the standard that should be followed, that should be attained, is supplied, is furnished to them, and a kind of reference point is given there. Okay. I'm sorry. This is a value had. No problem. What are these things? So in the school also, all these things are put in our background of our mind. Value is defined as the principles and ideas that helps them in making judgment of what is more important. Okay, we'll come to personal life examples later. They'll be very, very interesting. I'm going to present to you moral dilemmas, which we have to solve every day. We face a lot of dilemmas, problem situations. What are they? System of moral principles. Ethics are a system of moral principles, and values are a stimuli for thinking. They are motivating factors for our action. Action at a local level. Okay, consistency. Now, ethics are uniform across time and place. In the old ages, now and in future also, ethics are ethics. Okay, so they are constantly applicable. They are always relevant. Now, values differs from person to person. That is your value. This is my value. Both may be good points, but your value is important to you and more important than my value to you. I think that my value is more important than yours. Okay, so both are good points, positive points, but now these may be varying from one person to another. So here is where our religion, for example, an African, a Nigerian, an Australian, a Pakistani, or an Indian, or an Egyptian, or an American may value different things. We do not know. So within the family, person to person, father may think something valuable, the son may not think it so. So these are different. Tells what is morally correct or incorrect in the given situation, and values say what we want to do or achieve. So what is morally correct or incorrect? So what should be done? The ideal thing is prescribed or told by ethics, and the values tell what we want to do. These are two different things. Now determines. For example, acquisition of money. Money, too much of money is bad. Okay, money should be earned positively and used for good. But what we want to do is get money, quickly, get a lot of money, put it in the bank, buy a house or a car, get more money, buy another house, like this. It may be our value. Determines extent of rightness or wrongness of our actions, and values is the level of importance that we give, the priority that we give to a particular principle. What it does, ethics are very constraining. They are restricting, because they say, this is ideal, you should not do this. If you do this, your unethical behavior. You are presenting unethical behavior, which is not correct. And values are motivating things. Okay, positive. Now Indian values are very much respected all over the world. Now, in a foreign country, when an Indian is seen in a bad kind of situation, there are other people from other cultures who come and say, no, you are an Indian, you come from a land of such good ideals, you come from the land of the Buddha or Mahatma Gandhi. No, your sages and rishis and saints, they are all so good. No, you cannot do this, you cannot stand here, you cannot drink, you cannot do this, you cannot take these drugs. Like this, they will drive you away. They will say, they know. So what are these values? Tyaga, that is renunciation. Dana, that is liberal giving, Danam Chedam. Nishtha, that is dedication. Satya, that is truth. Ahimsa, that is non-violence. And Upeksha, that is forbearance of tolerance. Tolerance are the foundations for Indian value system. Okay, here are some values that you see very commonly in India. Okay, these are seen in some very Oriental countries also, like China, India, China, Japan, Indonesia. All these countries, they show respect for the elders, respect for parents and elders. In most cases, you will see that children have high respect for their parents and elders. When they grow up, the respect always stays. Also, children take care of their parents till their end. So this is our Indian style. Now in America also, and for children born to American parents, they leave the house by age 14 or 15. They'll study by themselves. They'll do part-time job. then they will not live with their parents. They start living their own life. They get their money, they get their house, they get their dog, their garden, but they will not return to their parents. They may visit them, but they will not live with them. But in America, even in America, Indian families, the children live with their parents, and the Indian style, it is maintained. The Japanese also, Chinese, they stick to their families. This is our constant thing. Okay, family orientation. Now, Indians will have a very close-knit family. Nowadays, of course, the joint families are broken. We have nuclear families, but family orientation runs strongly in many Eastern, cultures. Sacrifice and adjustment. Most Indians are known for their adjusting nature. They are not rigid and put others before themselves. Now, Atithi, now a guest comes, we have only some milk. We give the milk to the guest and we take water. This is our nature. This is very, very Indian. We adjust. We share. Importance for education. This is very, very important. Jnana, getting jnana, getting wisdom. Nowadays, it's called not jnana, but it's called education. So, education and a good degree, a professional course degree, and getting a good job. These are very, very important, for which, they stop, the parents go out of the way to educate their children and, help them to grow. Trust in institution of marriage. We value marriage. I was looking at the rates of divorce. In India, more than 70% are arranged marriages, and the love marriages are less still. And the divorce rate is less than 3%. Actually, I saw it as less than 1%. Yesterday, I was browsing. I wanted to see the divorce rate. You can see that it is less than 1%. And even now in India, of course, the divorce rate is growing now. Yeah, it is a different thing. Universal or core ethical values: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. These are the 6 core ethical values. 1 minute, please. I'll drink of water. Using ethical core values as the basis for ethical thinking can help detect situations where we focus hard on upholding one value in preference to another. So that is example, we are loyal to friends, so we do not always tell the truth about their actions. For example, your friend is doing something wrong, you know it, but you will not talk about it to his friend or to his enemy. You will not share. And probably you may tell your friend what you are doing is wrong. Please don't do that. But you will not tell to the others. So trustworthiness concerns a variety of behavioral qualities like integrity, honesty, etc. Okay, honesty. We always say, the proverb, no? Honesty is the best policy. But in business, people say in business it doesn't work. To be very, very honest. But long-term policy, honesty in business is good. You have to maintain quality. A brand name, you have to be honest about it. For example, if you look at Infosys company, powered by intellect and driven by values. That is their motto. Okay, so values are very important. Honesty in communications is about the desire to tell the truth, as we know, and avoid communicating it in a way likely to mislead or deceive. Now, if you want an example, if you go to Mahabharata, there, Yudhishthira or King Dharmaraja is told to tell a kind of lie. It is not a lie, but he is made to tell the truth in a way to mislead his guru, Drona. So to tell him that Ashwatthama is dead, but Ashwatthama is referring to here he refers to an elephant. So there are 3 dimensions. Truthfulness doesn't mean not intentionally misrepresenting a fact. Yeah, and being wrong is not the same thing as being a liar. Although honest mistakes can still damage us. So sometimes not intentionally, but by mistake you do something wrong, or you tell the truth in a different way so that it appears like a lie. It looks like you are telling lies, but you are not telling lies. What you see, what appears to you, what you think is right or truth, you tell. But that is not the complete picture. So those who know more about it They think that you are hiding something, but you are not. Okay, these are very, very gray areas. Right? Sincerity and non-deception. A sincere person does not act or say half-truths or stay silent with the intention of creating beliefs or leaving impressions that are unique or misleading. Okay, frankness. In relationships involving trust, honesty requires us to volunteer information. Sometimes, we may be forced to share information that other person needs to know. That is for his good. So sometimes you share the information. Honesty in conduct prohibits stealing, cheating, etc. So we know, these things, fraud, engaging in fraud or trickery, tricking somebody, stealing, cheating. These are all, dishonest behaviors. Not all lies are unethical, even though all lies are dishonest. So there is a difference between dishonesty and being unethical. It is a small difference, but a very vital difference. Integrity. Man of integrity behaves the same anytime, anywhere. So man of integrity, he does not change his words. Now look at the three things that I have given below. Manasa, Vacha, Karmana. This is what in Indian system we say, Manasu, Vacha, Karmana. Walk, that is speech, karma, act. Manas, that is the idea or the thought within. All three of them should be in line. Then only you come out like a man of integrity. So the enemies of integrity are self-interest, because you are interested in your personal benefit. Self-protection, you want to save yourself. Self-deception, you don't want to see a complete picture. It is there, but you don't want to see it. You want to deceive yourself. Self-righteousness, an end justifies the means attitude. Now, this is an important concept. Ends justify means. This is not correct. The means are the methods or the ways in which you do a thing. Ends means, the objective. So, doing the right thing, doing a thing rightly is as important as doing a right thing. That means a right thing can be done in a bad way. Okay, so that is not correct. I can do anything because I am doing good. I can do anything. It's like saying I want to give money to the poor, so I will rob, I will steal from a rich man and give. Your intention is good, but you are doing something wrong, right? So reliability. When we make promises or commitments to people, our ethical duties go beyond legal obligations. It is important to avoid bad faith excuses. Honorable people don't rationalize. When they don't do something, non-compliance means not doing something they have to do. Then don't give excuses. Yeah. This is not correct. Avoid unwise commitments. So think about what you can do or you cannot do, and don't say that I will do it at any cost. You may not be able to do. So only say, just promise, I will do my best. I will see. Let me see. I will do my best. Another thing is unclear commitments. You commit to what only you can say or what only you can do. 100% you can do. So be very, very clear. Look, I am going to do this for you by next week. So do that by end of next week. So don't make him wait for 2 weeks. Okay. So this is be very, very sure and clear. Loyalty is about promoting and protecting the interests of certain people. And for example, a company, a school, a college, or an organization, a department, a family. Now, all these where loyalty is a viswasam. Loyalty is important. So we have to prioritize the loyalties in our personal lives. For example, it is perfectly reasonable and ethical to look out for the interest of our children, parents, and spouses. So if your family is hungry, you can feed them first. First of all, you have to earn to make your family happy, give them food, shelter, and happiness, education, safety, everything. You can also help the other families. You can also help the poor people around your family, but that is not a priority. This is not being selfish. This is perfectly right. Because every person, takes care of he's expected to take care of his family. Okay. Safeguarding confidential loyalty means, keeping secrets. For example, in companies, certain data, certain things are very, very important. They cannot, share the information. They have to maintain secrecy, confidentiality. avoiding conflicting interests. Their goal is employees and servants have a responsibility to maintain the trust of the public. Now, maintaining the trust of the public is important, but at the same time, you need not go against the interest of the company. That means your company's interest and goal and objective should be positive and for the good of the people. So whatever you do for the company, you are doing for the good of the people also. That means the good of the company and the good of the public are in line. That means you are working for a good company. Respect. It is about honoring the essential worth and dignity of all people, including oneself. Now, yesterday, I'm sorry, I think 2 days ago, we were talking about assertive communication. That is respecting ourselves, self-respect, and also respecting the others. How do you show respect? This is the question. So, civility, courtesy, decency, and tolerance. So, a respectful person is a good listener. So, you show respect to the others by listening to them, by waiting for them, by being patient, by doing what they want. Now, this is a way of showing the respect to the others and being courteous towards the others. For example, you may not do what the other person wants, but you can listen to him. You can be courteous to him. You cannot do something, but you can give him a drink of water or a cup of tea. Listen to him and say, "I'm sorry, sir." For example, somebody asks you for a loan. You're a bank officer, and somebody asks for a loan. You cannot grant the loan, but you can be very, very respectful and say, "I'm sorry, sir, I cannot." Yeah, you can give him a cup of tea, but you cannot give him a loan. So, be nice. Tolerance. Ethical person accepts individual differences, and believes and judges others only on their character. So, be tolerant. Responsibility means being in charge of our choices, accountable for what we do and what we are. So, be accountable, be responsible. An accountable person is not a victim and doesn't shift blame or credit for the work of others. So, a person has to be very, very accountable, to dutiful. Pursuit of excellence, it has an ethical dimension when others rely upon our able knowledge. So the teacher has to constantly upgrade his knowledge to be current. Diligence, that is working hard. Responsible people are reliable, careful, prepared, and informed. And perseverance, responsible people, they want to finish what they want to what they started. They want to finish. They persevere. Persevere means they go on pursuing their thing till they know that they cannot do it, or the time is up, or the date is over, and you cannot do it anymore. So they will not give up. They will not leave. Continuous improvement. Responsible people look for ways to do their work better. And self-restraint. Responsible people have self-control on their passions, like eating, drinking, gluttony, eating, as they like, which is not good for their health. So self-restraint is important. Fairness. Remember, we are talking about uniform, universal values. Fairness. It is a tricky concept. Are you being fair to yourself or the others? A fair person uses open and unbiased processes for gathering and evaluating information. So if you are fair, you are transparent. Okay, you are doing your work in a way that others can also see and follow. Yeah, others cannot object that you are being deceitful, you are hiding something, you are doing something bad. So impartiality without favorism or prejudice. Well, it applies to teachers. Teachers cannot be nepotistic. Teachers should not or should not throw away marks, give marks to the students that they like. Now, this is one thing one has to be very careful about. Equity. Important not to take advantage of the weakness or disadvantage or ignorance of others. For example, you cannot deceive the students or their parents, uneducated parents, or collect money, or take some other kind of advantage. You have to be equitable, common to all. Caring. Caring is the heart of ethics. It is scarcely possible, not possible to be ethical and not be concerned. If you are concerned with others, you are caring for others. A teacher particularly has to be very, very caring in his profession. Care for the student, the learner. Citizenship. The concept of citizenship includes how we ought to behave as part of a community. We have a responsibility as a member of you're a citizen of a country, a particular geographical or regional area to which you are expected to be very faithful. Like, Indians are, they are citizens of India. Pakistanis are citizens of Pakistan. Iranians are citizens of Iran. Like this, Americans like America, like this. But you can be expected, you have to do what what a good citizen of India should do. What is prescribed for you, what is defined for you as the quality of a good Indian, you have to do. Okay, this changes. So now, uh, I hope the participants are following the lecture. Yeah. Now I am going to present some everyday moral dilemmas. How good are your moral dilemmas? For example, when making a purchase at a local store, you are given too much change. For example, you have to get a change of 10 rupees. By mistake, you get 15 rupees. Do you return it or keep quiet? What is your personal value here? This is what we have to see. You receive a package at your home delivered by mistake. For example, a costly cell phone or something that you want but you cannot buy. It is given to you by mistake. It's your favorite phone. Do you return it or notify the company, or for example, it contains the address of that person for whom it is to be given? Do you call him and say, no sir, by mistake I have got your phone, please come and take it? Will we do that? Yeah, many of us do that, right? We always hear about auto rickshaw drivers or taxi drivers, who, for example, passengers forget a bag in their car, and in that bag, the personal bag, there's a lot of money or gold ornaments. And not all of them, but many of them go to the nearest police station and hand over, and then call the person, and that person is happy and gives him, if they like, they give him an incentive, a prize or something, which some auto and taxi drivers don't take at all. I want to tell you about the taxi drivers in Singapore, where, Singapore is such an honest country that if you leave something valuable in the car, the taxi driver will come and, hand it over, okay, to you, or you will inform. They will put it in the lost and found office. And even if you leave the country, you come back to India, they have a system in which, they will send it by cargo ship to India and to your address, and it will reach you. And this is how, and the Singapore taxi drivers never accept a tip, and they always have change. You can give them any amount of big notes and then expect change from them, and they are very polite. They will not overcharge you. They are excellent. Okay, no, I am not saying that our drivers are bad, but I mean some people have got that quality. Your neighbor leaves the dog out in weather and it is ill-treated, doesn't is not given food or water, and you want to, do you report it or just keep it? It's bad luck of the dog. Actually, in America, they report. There are agencies where you can report child abuse. For example, what if you suspect your neighbor of child abuse? You are not sure if they have a fit throwing kid or something is really wrong. No. Now, child abuse or parental abuse, elder abuse is very common in some countries, Western countries, particularly America. And you know that your neighbor is hurting the child, in his child. Will you keep quiet or will you complain? You are at a party or you are going with a best friend. You have a lot of drink, but they will not let you drive them home. What do? They are drunk and they are driving the car, and it is dangerous, and they are not allowing you to drive. What do? Will you get down or will you tell them something? Yeah. Your lunch keeps missing at work. You are pretty sure you know who is taking it each day. Do you confront them, report it to your supervisor or HR, or get them back by making a cat food sandwich, or keep quiet? So you want to be mischievous and give them bad food, or you want to complain? You really like your neighbors and they're a great couple. The only problem is that they throw wild parties occasionally. So what is their morality? Or the introduction of what? A friend gives you a gift for your birthday, but it is a type of perfume you are allergic. You don't like it. Do you say something or ask for a return this to return it, or keep quiet? What do? Okay. Now, here is another example. Your friend has excitedly said that she has a new love in her life. Now, she is in love with a man. You know that man is a bad character, and you want to tell her or not? Or you want to say, let her learn, why should I tell? So, these are some of the personal values that are many there, but I'm just asking you to think about them. Now, how to identify your values? What values do we have? Now we have about half an hour more, so I will be spending time on professional ethics soon. But before leaving the values domain, I just want to help you to look at these values. How to discover our core values? Okay, if you discover your values, it will increase your confidence and help you to make decisions quickly and easily, and it will help you to choose a good career. Or you want to change a career, you are at a junction, you are at a crossroads, so you want to change, then your values will come to your help. So values, will discovering values is time taking, and it's a matter of self reflection. So what are values again? A set of beliefs or opinions that influence how you live your life, ideas that are important to you personally, and they are you. You are your values. They characterize who you are as an individual. They play a role in shaping how you respond to situations and how you set goals. Examples of core values. There are many things, but I will suggest some here. Psychologists recognize that it is important to stay conscious of your values throughout your life. Don't forget your values. You may not maintain them, you may not implement them all the time, or you may implement them at a certain point of time in your life. Later, you may forget about them. But remember them. That is a guideline by which you have to live. This is important. Now, what are some of these core values? Achievement, ambition, caring, charity, collaboration, creativity, curiosity, dependability, empathy, encouragement, enthusiasm. See, the problem is we are forgetting many of these good values. Nobody is talking about them. And unless you read good books, you will not get them. Okay? Fun, generosity, growth, happiness, health, honesty, humor, individuality, innovation, intelligence, intuition, joy, kindness, knowledge, leadership, and learning. Oh, there are so many things, making a difference, motivation, optimism, popularity, professionalism, punctuality, success, thankfulness, wealth, well-being, wisdom. All these are core values. But what are your values? Can you write down your values? Are you sure of your values? Do you have values? Yeah, everyone has values. I'm sure everyone has his own value, right? Yeah. How do you identify my personal values? To get an idea of core values, here is an interesting process. What kind of culture do you want to work in? Consider, please answer these questions. What work culture do you want? What things or resources are necessary for you to do your best work? What qualities do you feel make strong, healthy relationships? What is the basis of a good relation? What are the qualities you apply in your role models? For example, your role model is Narayana Murthy, your role model is Dalai Lama or Jesus Christ or somebody. Now, what motivates you? What qualities do you wish to develop in yourself professionally? What are your future goals? So, guide to define your values. What you do is write down your values. Now, there is no time now, so you can keep this PPT and try it. Consider the people you most admire. Like I said, Mahatma Gandhi, maybe Martin Luther King, maybe anybody, right? Lincoln, yeah, anybody. Consider your experiences, Abdul Kalam, perhaps. Yeah, categorize values into related groups. Identify the central theme. Choose your top core values. This is how you write down the values. You group them into some categories. From categories, you develop some related group, and each group will have a central theme. For example, joy and happiness in one group. Okay, work and professionalism and loyalty in another group. Yeah, health, wellness, well-being, meditation and personal health and cleanliness and hygiene and commitments to others. That is another group. Yeah, there are like this. You can come up with your own. So write down your values. Now, whatever values resonates with you. You have a long list of values I've shown you. So you can take out some of them. Whatever do you react to, you write them down. Consider the people you admire. Like for example, write down 6 people you admire, like Gandhi or somebody. And for example, you could include a colleague because of their not only great people like Mother Teresa or Abdul Kalam or Gandhi, but even one of your colleagues who is a very good worker, who is a very dedicated teacher or a principal or a head of department or a researcher, you can have him as a role model. Yeah, consider your experiences from your own experience. If you have won an award for teaching, it is possible that motivating others and leadership are important values for you. So a good teacher, shares knowledge and tries to motivate the others, inform, elevate, and motivate and inspire. That means you are a leader, you are an academic leader. So this may be your value. Categorize values into related groups. You have a list of values. For example, you may have written down growth, learning, and personal development. Another example is stability, reliability, and punctuality. Identify the central theme. Choose your top core values. Now, what is the benefit of values? Now, finding your purpose in life. They guide your behavior. They help you to make decisions, help you to choose a career, increase your confidence. Now, we are leaving the area of first part of my lecture. We are leaving the values domain and entering the ethics. Well, we are coming from a lower or a different, we are going to a different area like ethics, which are bigger, which are constant, which are universal, which are eternal. So our profession, we belong to a teaching profession. Many of us are teachers. We deal with parents, we deal with principals, management, the learners themselves. Okay, so we are in the middle of a very busy, very purposeful, very important profession. You know that I don't have to tell you about the value of a teacher to a society. I'll tell you only one thing. In Bangladesh or wherever there is a rebellion, the rulers that they want to take control, they want to defeat a country, they want to take over a country, they will go and kill the teachers and they will attack the educational institutions because the teachers they give values to the empower the others. So you cut them off, and so the entire fabric of society will be weak. This is what happened in Bangladesh in recent years. Also, they attacked the teachers. This is very very true. Like doctors, teachers, they are very important people. Now, our professions, they require organization and regulation for purposes of recruitment and discipline. Anybody cannot be a teacher. You have to have a knowledge in English or biology or philosophy or civil engineering or physics. So you have to be trained in a particular knowledge domain, and you must obtain a good degree and then join a school or a college or an institute, and then start applying, sharing your knowledge with the others. So there is one great man, Pandit Madan Mohan Malaviya, who talked about teachers like this. No, I don't want to say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. Everybody knows that. But these days we are afraid to say that sloka because the values of the teachers overall, we are seeing a lot of bad examples of teachers, at different levels in various countries and particularly in India. A teaching university would but half perform its function if it does not seek to help develop the heart power of its scholars with the same interest with which it develops its quality of brain power. Hence, it is that the proposed university has placed the formation of character in youth as one of its principal subjects, and this is what the teacher does. Now, there are now again some jokes or some cartoons about ethics. Now, everybody wants an app. There is an ethics. There is an app for that. Download your ethical decision-making assistant. So you want an assistant to help you tell you about your ethics. This is very funny. Yeah. Now, here is the teacher sheet. Just go to criticalthinking.com and click on answers. So the students are working on a questionnaire or a test, and the teacher or a coach He's not giving them an opportunity to learn, but he's telling them directly go to the answers. See how unethical it is. Now here is how important are ethics in today's society. Now here are some adult people who are writing a test, and look at this lady, possibly a lady or a man on the left, looking into the answer script of a person to his or her right. It looks like a lady, but anyway, it looks a person they're copying. Yeah? The person on the right side, extreme, also is looking into the script of the man in the center. The person behind the man in the center is looking over the shoulder at his answers. So here is copying going on. He is an excellent teacher, a very bad teacher. In fact, you want to upgrade your grade, you think you have got a low grade. Well, there are two options. One is go back in time and write papers that do not blow. So go home, study well, and write better answers next time. I will give you a good grade. The other option involves $300. So very clearly, she is directly telling, you give me $300, I will improve your grade. So these are the kind of now some teachers. This may be a joke, but we hear about teachers who are not following the ethics. Yeah, there are bad students also. I'm not saying that the teachers only are bad. There are bad principals. There are bad coaches. There are bad managements. There are bad policies. So some of the ethics and for stakeholders are integrity, trusteeship, harmony, and accountability. These are very, very important. And not only this, inclusiveness, that is adopting standards, policies to ensure equal opportunity without any discrimination against a particular individual. So treating all the students equally with equal respect and attention, commitment to the vision and mission of the institution. No, when MBA comes, when there is MBA, we prepare our college or institute vision and mission, but many of us, do not look at it every day. Many of us do not respect it. Respectfulness, creating an environment of mutual respect and healthy interaction. Belongingness, fostering a shared vision of institute to make everyone feel secure. Okay, you all belong to NIT Warangal. You all belong to our college, our junior college, our engineering college, our intermediate college, or whatever. Okay, pharmacy college or whatever. So giving a belongingness to everybody. So sustainability, ensuring optimal resource utilization, economic, environmental, and to achieve long-lasting and safe uses for generation of the money and making money there. Teaching is a profession like legal or medical profession. There are certain standards and guidelines that every profession has to follow. Actually, the UGC in India has come up with a code of ethics for teachers. There is something called fundamental rules, and which say that teachers in higher education should wear men should wear white dress, and women should wear honorable dress like a sari or chudidar or something. Okay, no revealing dress or no undignified dress is permitted. Now the doctors have the Hippocratic oath. They say that we treat all the people equally. We treat all the people to get them well. And lawyers and others, swear by the Bhagavad Gita in the court. They say that they tell the truth. They work by that. Giving witness, a person giving a witness, he swears by the Bhagavad Gita, by what he believes. So appropriate dress, appearance, and behavior are expected for a teacher. Now we are going to talk something about for 15 minutes or so. I am going to talk about how we can make our classroom ethical. Now a teacher can be ethical in the classroom and outside it also. Outside it also, he is expected to be very, very ethical, maintain his moral principles. One minute, please. Yeah. Caring relationship with each student, safe and trustworthy climate, supportive of ethical relationships, and meaningful tasks we have to give, and moral identity development, focusing on the positive effects a person can have on others, supporting self-respect and self-direction. These are the things that a good teacher will have part of his ethics in the classroom, as far as the classroom is concerned, responsiveness to individual needs and differences. So be attentive to the needs and qualities of different students. Okay, there are good students who learn quickly. There are average students. There are poor students. You must treat them equally. Providing stimulating course content related to the prescribed curriculum. You cannot say, what can I do, sir? My curriculum is prescribed. So how can I make it stimulating? Either it is stimulating and interesting or not. What can I do? But you can give examples, you can give extra information, you can make perhaps what you think is a dull kind of curriculum, you can make it very, very interesting with your interest or with your knowledge. So developing student strengths, fair decision making. Now this is, for example, awarding grades, correcting evaluation steps. These are the areas which are very, very important. In fact, students, judge a teacher within 2-3 months, within a month, or within 1 week, they get an idea of what kind of teacher this is. And once he gives the grades, they evaluate him, because evaluation is a big yardstick for evaluating a teacher. How he awards marks to all the students, whether he is fair and uniform to all the students. This is what everyone observes. Students are very, very good judges, you know that. Yeah. Promoting ethical behavior. Is there emphasis on common purposes and ideals? Do I emphasize the positive impact a negative individual can have on others? Do I emphasize the positive impact, or negative impact the group? So it is necessary to keep saying that we are all a class. We have to have, certain things. Certain classes, are associated with certain values. You are all good students. So you have a good name in the staff room. The principal thinks very highly of your section. So why are you behaving like this? So you can develop a sense of belonging. Do I emphasize respectful, supportive relationships among students, teachers, and parents? Now, am I promoting good relationship between these three elements? Students, teachers, and parents. Do the classroom rules provide opportunities for students to help one another? Are there opportunities to collaborate with others? Like project work or something. Are they able to work together in a team? Now, you can rate yourself on all these student ethical behaviors I'm going to tell you. There are about 10 or 15, but as time permits, we will look at least 10 of them. Okay, now rate yourself on promoting. Are you promoting ethical behavior in your class? So if you give yourself 1, that is low. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and the highest point or grade you can give yourself is 7. So from the low of 1 to the high of 7. Now this is your current rating. For example, you are rating yourself 2 or 3. How would you like to rate yourself? So to what level you want to go? Do you think it is possible for you to go from 2 to 4 or 3 to 5 or 3 to 6? So based on your responses, what goal will you set for yourself improvement? Okay, can you improve yourself in this thing? Now, teacher responsiveness. Do I communicate with each student personally? No, this is not possible. Is it possible for us to communicate with every student every day? Not possible. Do I adjust my behavior for each student to make each welcome? But outside the student, do I coach a student when he has a problem with my lessons or with assignments? No, you can invite them to your staff room. You can give them extra coaching, yeah, and you can try to make him feel that he is a part of your class. You may not remember, for example, there are 60 students in your class. You may not remember. Now we are having only 1 semester, so it's difficult. But earlier we used to teach for 1 year. No, first year students would sit in the first year, all no semester more. So for 1 year, we used to get to know the students, within 1 month, 2 months. By the time they write the quarterly exams, we know all the students. By the time they write the half-yearly exams by January, we know the nature and qualities of many of the students. Remember their names and numbers. Now, some students and some teachers call only the numbers, number 1, 2, 34, 35, like that only. But that is very, very impersonal. You can spend 5 minutes, by calling their names, because everyone would like to, Just a minute, please. Just a minute. Courier. I'm sorry, I'm talking about ethics and values, but here is a courier man, who wanted to give it to me quickly and go away. So, are you taking care? Now, do I coach a student when have a difficulty with their behavior? Suppose, there are behavior problems for a student, or with him, others have a behavior problem. In fact, of course, I am a very senior teacher with 40 years of experience or more. So I have dealt with students, who are good, but because they are good, others had a problem. Now, there are some students, with misbehaviors. They were disturbing the class or disturbing others. They will not allow the others to study. Like this, or they are rude, unruly, or they are unethical. They get caught and all that, in malpractice. So, do I try to find out what will help the students? Yeah. Now, how do you rate yourself on a teacher response? Now, 1 to 7. Okay. How you want to rate yourself? If you want to rate yourself as 6, you have to do a lot of work. Warmth and immediacy. This is very, very important indeed. Do I convey support of students as human beings? Do I convey appreciation of students' cultures? Do I include all students when using terms we and us? Do I avoid getting angry with the students? So, how do you deal with the students? Now, I used to read in the RO or daily circulars and see whenever a student is doing very well, he has got a rank or he has won an appreciation, he has got, he has stood first in a technical competition or an interview, or whenever somebody gets a prize or something, a recognition. I used to, whenever he comes across, I'll say, yeah, you are doing very well, congratulations, you keep doing better. There are some students who are improving their grades. I'll ask them, I'll tell them, yeah, very good, you are doing this. I remember I told you, please do this. Okay, and if they are not doing well also with their grades, you know that, and other teachers tell you, then call them on, and when you come across, tell them, no, you are falling behind, in your grades. Take care of your study. What is your problem? Why you are not concentrating? What is you have any health problem or anything? So talk to him. Encourage the students to avoid negative attitudes, to treat each other with respect. So they will be infighting. Some students, in a class, sometimes they fall groups and subgroups. This boy against that group and all that. These things happen. Do I encourage the students to not develop as us against them mentality? Sort of binary. The teacher against the students, or one student against another student. Okay. Sometimes there is an elected class representative, and some students will be causing problems to him. Or a successful CR will cause problems to some people for some reason. So you solve all of them. Provide psychological support. Am I aware of students' personal life? Do I provide opportunities for developing self-awareness? So at times of ragging in the beginning, when you come across them, you try to know their background. You try to see, what problems they have, and know a little about their personal lives. You don't have to get too close to them. And in fact, this is where some of the younger teachers are crossing their boundaries, and some of the students also cross their boundaries. We have to maintain a certain distance with the students. You can be close to them, but not too close. Also particularly when gender comes, a young, a female teacher or a male teacher should maintain a distance from the other gender students very carefully. So stimulating curriculum content. Do I provide opportunities for students input into the curriculum? Now, I told you, earlier, if the curriculum is not interesting, you make it interesting. Are you trying to do it? Because this is where a teacher is judged by others and is compared and contrasted with other teachers. For example, in computer science, some particular algorithms or some subject is being taught. For example, say English grammar is taught. One teacher makes it very interesting. One teacher only tells the rules and gives exercises. Another teacher makes it interactive. Another teacher makes it even more communicative. And so, people see how, as a teacher, your methodology, your approach to the teaching, the learning of the students, they'll be comparing. So, are you trying to apply yourself? Are opportunities provided for the building of trust among members of the class? Now, sometimes, you get a good, positive relation with a class, with a section, and that will not be so much with another section for many reasons. Yeah, somehow you don't get them well, but okay, you teach your lessons, you give them correct grades, and you go away. But with other classes, when there is a trust between you, and they come to you beyond the class also. They come to you, they respect you even when they are in the, you teach them in the first year, they respect you till they go out of the college and even beyond, when they work. Meeting needs of the students. Are there opportunities for students to meet needs normally taken care of outside the classroom, like physical, emotional, psychological, or intellectual needs? You want to tell them about other opportunities for growing. In many ways, in many dimensions. Is it possible? Are you providing the opportunities to them? Physical needs. No, I told you last time, there was one student who had a problem with stammering and stuttering, particularly when talking to girl students, so women of the other sex. So he came to me, I took him to a psychologist and got him treated. So when there is a possibility, for example, in one classes, we found that some students were so poor that they were not eating their lunch. So they will avoid the lunch and they will go away. So people came to know, and then they started offering food. And some students were not able to pay their tuition fee. So their term fee, we try to arrange, in groups we try to arrange. So you can reach the students, not just teaching the curriculum, but you can be available to them. Nurturing creativity. Do I give students choices to follow what interests them, and what they like to do? Now, it may be a project work. Now, critical thinking development. Do I provide opportunities for students to think logically? So, what opportunities am I giving to the students to ask them? Do I allow the students to ask content questions, idea questions? Can they ask me about about this topic that I'm telling them now, or can they go beyond that? Can they ask me anything about this which I may not know? So, and you honestly, you have to say, I know only this. I will consult. I will read and tell you next time. Emphasizing unity, group identity in a positive way. Do I provide opportunities for cooperative behavior? Do I illustrate the negative effects of not working together as a large group? So tell them this is where in a project or outside, you have to work as a group. So start, team building. Start to take your roles and play roles in the team. This is what you are going to do in your job later. So you please do. So in a department also, some people are very brilliant, but they are low rules. They don't want to work with us. They don't want to share. This is the problem. So diversity recognition and accommodation. Am I aware of the diversity in the classroom, culture-wise, economics wise, students, disability. Students are also different from different cultures, different religions, regions, caste, creed, abilities, mental and otherwise. Are you aware of them? See that, people of certain groups are not hurt. People of certain groups are respected equally. So do I use the diversity in the classroom to help everyone to learn? So I told you once, that I don't know. I had students from Middle East or America who were very good debaters and very good with their oral English. I used to call them to participate in discussions, and they were always first to start responding and maintain a discussion. And our Indian students used to complain to me, sir, you don't give us opportunities. No, you are only encouraging them. Then I told them, see, when I give you the opportunity, you will not come forward. You will say, let him speak. And sometimes when he is speaking, you come and say, you are not giving me the opportunity. How can this be? So when he asks a question, you can respond. So I am developing a conversational setting or a scene. You can take advantage of it. So after some time, students got to understand my point, and they participated in class discussions and allowed those confident and fluent presenters to take the lead. Open governance is hierarchy used only when necessary. Now your teacher, sometimes the teacher is a boss. The teacher lays down the rule, and when you don't follow the rule, you can punish the students or do something because that is required. No, is it in the rule or is it in the FR or is it in the code of ethics? We do not know, but that is what you are expected to do. So a good teacher does it. No, it's okay. For example, it is like a younger classes, a teacher beating a student, and the parent cannot complain up to a point. Of course, if the beating is too much, then there is a need to complain. Can students raise issues that concern them with me? Raise issues concerned with each other. Can they? Is your communication channel open with them? Yeah, this is what you have to do. So finally, fostering an intellectual climate. Now, is excitement a part of your learning, a classroom part of your learning here? Are you fostering curiosity? Can students bring ideas to your class? Can they discuss and can they contradict you? Can they present something new? Can they, help the discussion to take it forward? Are you giving that opportunity? Now, professional ethics is now I am going to sum up. Students matter most. The teacher must model strong character traits such as perseverance, respect, etc. Now, we are examples. I told you, we are examples of good good conduct. So now there are some teachers who don't get on with other teachers, and the students don't like it. They don't respect him much. He may be a good teacher in the class, but if he is not a helpful part of the department, they will have less respect for him. Now, this is what I have seen. So, commitment to the job, you must wholly commit to the job and go on, constantly upgrade yourself, obey the school policies or college policies, account for the funds, see that, money, you are very, very careful with the money. Keep learning. Professional code of conduct demands attentiveness to continuing education experiments. Nowadays, teachers are expected to get projects, write papers, and attend conferences. Healthy relationships top the list. So you must you must build strong relationship with parents, school staff, colleagues, etc. So, part of the code of ethics requires you to cooperate with fellow teachers and parents. So you must be having a positive side to all that you do. Now, this is actually the end of my lecture, but I just want to alert the members of the young people who are in the profession to take the profession seriously, and if the value of the teaching profession is going down, it is because that we are commercializing it too much. We are bringing too much technology, and that is not good. So if we have to be careful to improve the respect, and that we can only do by being correct, by being good teachers by ourselves. I don't have to tell everyone. It may be applying to senior teachers, middle-aged teachers, young teachers. We have to be very careful in our relations with the principal, with the girl students or the boy students, as the case may be, and also with regard to fiscal integrity, that is integrity when spending the money of the college. All these things, we are watched very carefully. May not be for others, but a teacher, in our Indian situation, in our Indian scenario, Indian teacher is expected to have a lot of integrity, good ethics and values. Thank you. Ramana and Tabriz. Hello. Hello.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Any questions? That brings me to the end of my lecture.
Dear participants, you can ask questions to sir. Krishna, sir.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, please.
Sir, this is Vishwanath from RK Valley.
Okay. Yes, RK Valley.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir? Hope your health sounds good.
I'm fine. No, please ask the question.
Sir, actually, no need to ask any questions, sir, but I need to say something regarding the session.
Yeah.
Actually, we are very overwhelmed with the session today.
Thank you.
Whenever the topic comes of human values and ethics, everybody's mind will be focused on teachers itself, because
Yes, yes.
a teacher is the top priority with all the designations, I feel, and with all the positions.
Right.
So the teachers must have all these qualities, I think. Of course, everybody have,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
the society teacher is the most highly adorable with all the by all the people.
Yeah. No, because in other Christian and Islamic things also, I mean in their religions, a teacher, the mullah or the pastor, he is a preacher. All the values come from him.
Yeah, if anybody does something wrong, definitely he may be ready to ask you. You are the teacher, you need to know all the values and everything.
Yeah.
He will be ready to criticize or appreciate,
Yes.
So we feel very proud to be a teacher now and really admired with your session, sir. And thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, pleasure meeting all of you again like this.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they will meet in Idupulapaya.
Yes, sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful talk.
Okay.
Sir, now I request Aruna to propose the vote of thanks to sir's session.
Yeah.
Aruna?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here, ma'am.
Okay.
Good morning to Professor Keshav Rao, sir. Good morning, Chitra madam, organizers, and all the participants. A warm good morning to all. On the behalf of JNTUCA, it gives me immense pleasure to propose vote of thanks to Professor Keshav Rao, sir, for his enlightened lecture on human values. It was really an informative session, sir. We learned many things from your valuable lecture. Things like Indian values, which consist of Tyaga, Dhana, Satya, Ahimsa, and respecting elders as a part of our culture. And especially I want to it was really an important point to quote here, that parents sacrifice, that how the parents sacrifice their career and their everything they sacrifice for the sake of children. That is that we can see only in the Indian families. Yes, you rightly pointed it, sir. And the core ethical values like honesty and integrity. And your lecture, like it's a life lecture, sir. And you have covered all the components of human values within 1.5 hours, like tolerance, intelligence, perseverance, whatever, all the points you covered. It was really an interesting one, sir. It's all, and also you quoted one thing, sir, that not to take advantage of the weakness of others. It usually we see in the society, and probably we are in helpless condition in those times when we are witnessing that. It it's an interesting point which I learned from you, sir. And caring is the heart of ethics, as you said. Yes, sir. It's caring is the heart of ethics, and with the care, we can heal any mental or physical ailments. Yes, sir. And sir, it's a relevant point as a working woman. Some everyday moral dilemmas. You really that was happens in everyone's life, sir. Yeah. Whether to say or not. With real life examples, you really made it very clear, sir. I'm very happy for that, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. In a light way, I just want to add one story. Actually, there was one person, in a particular town, in a college library. He used to check on the integrity of his friends. But whenever they read in a college library book, they going through, he will put a 100 rupee note in the middle of that book and just wait from an angle, from a corner, and see what they will do. When they turn the pages, they will see that note. And whether they take it or not, he was testing them. It was very funny.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Benefits of identifying moral values is also benefits of identifying our own values is also, you quoted very nicely, sir. That one is also very good, sir. And yes, sir. Yes, sir. And everything ethical and how to be a teacher and what the society expects from us and what as a teacher how we should be and our dress appearance, everything. It was really, I mean, a kind of recollection or where we can make some corrections also, sir, from your lecture.
Yeah. Just alerting you all. We all know this. Sometimes we forget.
Yes. Yes, sir. Once again, I thank you, sir, for your valuable lecture. And I thank entire team who is working in the background to make this FDP.
My thanks also to all of you at Humanities department, Ramanayak, Fabrice and you, and Chitra. And on two occasions, this wonderful program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Can I leave now?
Yes, sir. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Dear participants, you can take a break of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, okay? And please join by 11:40.